get started. Okay, so, oh, 1 second. Before I do that, I want to see the screen so I can read the comments. 1 second. Screen.
I can also tell you if there are any comments. Well, questions.
Okay. That works too. All right. Okay, so hi everyone. Thanks for coming to this Wix workshop for women who mule. This is going to be a quick and dirty workshop that shows you how to get started very quickly using Wix and build a blog from scratch with no code. So I'll give a little introduction of myself. I'll talk about Wix, and then I'll go into the demonstration. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Whitney Akinola. I am a senior curriculum developer at MuleSoft starting in September. So I'm still transitioning. I'm also founder and content creator of WhitneyAkinola.io, which has a companion YouTube channel that I post not frequently, but when I feel the urge to post. But I got started with my at least technical blogging or learning how to do better through working on Alexandra's blog. I posted 2 articles there with the help of Alexandra, who was my editor. So if you're interested, definitely check out her blog. Lastly, I am a MuleSoft Meetup leader for Wilmington, Delaware in the United States. My interests are pretty simple. I'm interested in content creation, developer branding, and teaching. The teaching and the content creation, I'm happy that I'll be doing that on my day-to-day job as a curriculum developer. If you're interested in getting in contact with me, my Twitter handle is just my name, and as well as my LinkedIn. The last part of the LinkedIn, the n/Whitney Akinola. I'm very responsive, so you can send me a chat, a DM over there. Okay, so we're in the Wix workshop, but there's 2 other workshops, one on Ghost and one on WordPress, and these are both CMS tools that you can use to build your own blog. If you decide that you want to check those out, or you just want to support Alexandra and the lady from, I can't think of her name, Alexandra, but the lady that's going to do WordPress from Women Who Code, please feel free to show your support. Everything is going to be recorded as well. Okay, so now what's Wix? Wix is a platform that's centered around building websites and web apps. And I pulled these screenshots from their website. And so these kind of talk about their products, or like their base products. So there's the Wix Editor, which I think that was available when Wix first started. And that has like drag and drop features. There's the Wix ADI, which is an AI tool that asks you go through a little wizard, and they ask you questions, you answer them, and it generates a website. And then for ones that really want to extend Wix functionality and they want to add their own code, there's Velo by Wix. I've used the Wix Editor and the Wix ADI. I've never used the Velo by Wix. So here's a breakdown of some of the features. Some of you may have seen this slide because this is coming out of Alexandra's slides from last week. But so thank you, Alex, for that, because I didn't have to redo this slide. But pretty much the first 3 bullet points are what I've just explained. But some key things that I like to point out and that I think that makes Wix such a powerful platform is they have this idea of apps, adding apps or plugins to their product to extend the functionality. And some of these apps are like, you can build online stores, You can accept bookings, you can upload videos, music, create forums, which helps to make a community, and you can do membership plans. So for instance, if you have content that you want people to sign in to see, you can set your blog site up like that. You can also monetize your blog. And then again, there's all kind of possibilities with it. One of the things when I was thinking about how I would present Wix, I think about it like this. MuleSoft has a bunch of products, and they have Mule 4, and Mule 4 is awesome. But Mule 4 with the entire platform just makes it really a powerful, powerful integration platform. So that's how I see Wix. Wix has, yes, a website builder, but the entire platform together makes it really powerful, and you can make premium websites and blog sites. Okay, so who's using it around the community? Again, thanks, Alex, for these slides. The Wix community, there's prosdev.com. This is Alex's site where she allows for guest bloggers to put up posts about technologies that they love. So for instance, there's a MuleSoft section, there's a sorting algorithm section, a content creation section, understanding APIs. And what's really good about this, and I like to call this like an incubator or an accelerator to writing blogs, is Alex allows you to submit your post, and then she edits, or one of her other editors edits your post. And that way she can really help you to develop your writing and writing for blogs and technical concepts. So I really appreciate her having this, and I appreciate just her being an editor, because what you'll find is editing just takes your post to the next level. So I wouldn't be talking about Wix if I didn't in fact use it. So this is my blog site. It's at whitneyakinola.io. There, it's a software integration blog. It's mostly tailored towards MuleSoft because that's where majority of my experience is in, but I'm hoping to make it broader and cover different software integration concepts and techniques and integration patterns, but that's to be continued or coming soon. Okay, now we're going to build a Women Who Mule blog site, but before, I want to see if there's any questions. Okay, Brittany can vouch for that.
No questions yet.
All right, so we've been tasked to build this blog site for Women Who Mule. And it's basically going to be a website. There's going to be an about page, a blog page, some events, forums, and then we're going to have a dashboard. And we're going to use Wix to do all of that. And we're going to build it within a little over 50 minutes. So let's get started. Okay, so you can see you can see the screen. 1 second. I'm going to share another screen.
Remember, everyone, that this event is supposed to be a hands-on event. So feel free to open up your browser and go to wix.com and create a new account, a free account.
Exactly. So you should be able to see my screen that says My Sites. So assuming you've created your own account, you will either come here or you will come somewhere where you can see sites. Okay. So I'm going to get started. Again, Alex is recording this, so anything that you miss, you can go ahead and you can replay. I have to sneeze, but I can't sneeze. So if I randomly sneeze in the middle, please excuse me. Okay, so you start with building your new site. We're gonna go create new site. You can also create new site from in your dashboard, but we're gonna go from here. So create new site. Oh, really? Okay. Wix has to be up. Okay. So when you want to create new site, it should give you, you're going to pick the type of site. So here's some examples of sites that you can create. We're going to create a blog. So I'm going to search blog, and there's some lists of types of blogs, and our blog's going to be a technology blog. So you search technology blog, you hit next. From next, you're going to be given a choice. You can create your blog from Wix ADX, which is that AI tool that I mentioned where you go through a wizard, or you can create your site using the website editor, where you're going to start by picking a template, and then you can edit and position things the way you would like it. So start now. We're going to choose ADI, by the way. Okay. Now from ADI, we're going to be given the option of picking little, I'm going to call these plugins or applications to go in with the site. We're going to pick the subscribe form because we want people to subscribe to our blog posts. And what that'll do is every time you post, it will email your subscribers, hey, check out my post. So we're going to add a chat, which is going to be a way that they can chat with you quickly. I'm pretty sure you can build that out and make it a full bot. I have not. We're going to add a forum, and we're going to add some events, and we're going to add maybe some videos. Now, we're not going to use all of these, and we're going to add groups. We're not going to use all of these things. I'm not going to show you, but I just want to show you how you can, from the beginning, you can add these applications to your blog posts. So we'll select next. Now, the name of the blog. The name of the blog is going to be Women Who Mule. Just to match our Meetup group. We'll select next. And then here you can import content. I think this is Wix's way of importing your blog content, but we're not going to use this. So we'll skip. And then this is really cool. If you have a logo, then you can add your logo. You can add your logo, you can add your contact information, and you can also add your social media accounts. So what I'm going to do here is kind of cheat and pull up some things. So I have a logo. We're going to use the Women Who Mule logo. And we're going to go to desktop. Okay, so we have our logo getting uploaded. All right, I'm not going to put an address. I'm not going to put a phone number, but let's put a link to our social media. So this link here that I'm going to add is a link to Women Who Mule's social media page, in particular LinkedIn. Okay, so once we have that, we can select next. From here, we'll have some themes that we can choose from. I'm going to choose the play theme just because I like bold and bright colors. And I'll select continue. So that theme is just a package that Wix comes up with different colors, font sizes, different things, okay? But now, because we selected a logo, what Wix does is it pulls the color palette of your to-be website with the color palette of your logo. So you'll notice how it's going to pick every color from this logo and it's going to create a color palette for the site. Now, if you don't have a logo, you don't have to put in a logo. I would suspect you would pick your own color palette. Okay, so from here, you can use these colors. Okay, so we're going to select use these colors. And now we have the logo, we have the color palette. Now, if you're concerned about creating a logo, Wix has a logo. Okay, there we go. Wix has a logo creator where you can create your own logo. They also, I also recommend Canva for creating logos. Both of them can be, I don't know, the logo creator may be free with Wix or may not, I'm not sure. But I believe from Canva, you can create your logo for free. And yes, Alex has beat me to it, canva.com. Okay, so from here, you're going to get 3 designs that you can choose from. Now, you don't have to be married to the designs, but this is just like a starting template. So I'm going to choose the one in the middle here. And then you're going to select add pages, just simple pages that you can add. We'll add an about, and we'll add a contact page. Quote page just gives you a little quote that you can add to your site. And then Instagram page, you can add your Instagram feed. And then you can also do blank pages. But for now, we're just going to go with those pages. So I'm going to select edit site. And this is where it's starting to generate your site. And we'll let it go. Okay, so we have our site. So you can see our logo here. Welcome to Women Who Mule. You can see a big picture, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. But you can see your main picture. Also, you can see your blog posts. So you have 3 blog posts that Wix generates. Of course, you're not going to want to use that. And then you can see your subscription. Also, this would be where you would share your pictures through your Instagram feed, or you can do a gallery, upcoming events. If you start to speak at multiple meetups, maybe you're speaking at other engagements, maybe you're on an Instagram Live or you're on a Twitter Spaces, you can put your upcoming events, conferences, contact information, and your subscription form. And then there's also a members chat. So here, like in about 10 minutes, we've created the basic structure of our site. So we have a few things. So let's go and let's add, let's go to our About Me page, for instance. So you'll see like this is the ADI editor. The Wix editor, that looks completely different. So from ADI, you will have on your top left, you can choose pages in which you want to use. For some reason, I can't see my pages, but let's see if I click here. Okay, so for the About page, you'll see this at the top left, you'll have that drop down. You would choose your About page, and then in the middle pane, that's where your content's at. So you want to edit your content and you want to say about. So maybe we can say this about Women Who Mule. So in this middle section, And you can add sections to your page, but in this middle section, we want to talk about Women Who Mule. So I have some basic content about Women Who Mule. Actually, I don't have basic content, but what we'll say for now is we'll say this. Is a group, Meetup group for women. We'll say women, and I learned something new from working at Salesforce and their allies that love MuleSoft. We'll say something like that. Okay. And there's our story. You can also add sections. So if you want to add maybe a section here, you can add a new section. You can add different things. Let's say you want to add a video, maybe. Let's just go here. Let's say we want to add a video here to introduce the idea of who Women Who Mule are. And you can definitely do that there. Now, typically I do not, the way I add my videos is through, I host on YouTube and then I add my link there, and that's how I add my videos. Okay. So now we have this. We're not going to publish it yet because we're not ready, but there's a preview section where you can go and you can preview your blog. So you can see here, this is what our viewers would see. Okay, got it. Our viewers would see our logo, everything starting from below the magenta or the maroon line. You'll see the logo, our menu bar, about the blog, our story. Maybe we have an introduction video and we want to subscribe. Now, you don't have to be married to these colors. You can change these colors if you choose. Okay. So that's the about. Let me show you how to change your theme. Let's say you don't think you like the theme. So we're going to go back to our home screen. And let's just say maybe we don't like the font, or maybe we just don't really like, let's change our font. So if we want to change our font, we'll hit design. And then here you'll get a bunch of fonts that Wix has. So again, you have much more flexibility when you do the Wix Editor, but this is very good for people that just want to start a site very quickly. And it's really good. So we're going to choose, let's choose elegant. And you'll see that the fonts throughout the site now reflect elegant. Okay, so now let's go to figure out how do we set our blog post. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to, there's two ways you can do this. You can set your, you can start working on your blog by going to manage, and you can go to blogs, and this will show a pop-up. So that's one way in which you can do it from the site. What I'm going to do is attempt to go out of that. And let's see here. Well, what I'm going to do is attempt to go out of this editor and just go to the blogging platform. Okay, so you would hit site. So on this Wix bar, this kind of menu bar, you would go to the right and you would select site, or you can just hover over it, and then dashboard. Okay, now this is your Wix dashboard. And in fact, I'm going to show you my dashboard later if we have time. But this is your Wix dashboard. And you can see the name of your site. Well, my site is going to be whitneyakiola.wixsite.com. That's because I don't have a domain hooked to it. But if I wanted to, I could hook my domain. I believe Wix gives out a free domain if you upgrade to premium, but you will have to check that on your own. But you get that domain for a year. Okay, and then there's some suggested things. You can design a logo, personalize your email. There's some creative blog ideas, post for forum. So to your left is going to be, from your dashboard, is going to be different applications that you set up. So you set up a groups and events, a blog, forum, video library. All of that's going to be towards your left. And then you're going to have this analytics panel here where you can see how your site is actually doing. So to the left is blogs. I'm going to select this. So you'll see the UI is something similar to what you would see for a content management system, where you will have different sections for, I want to say, the life cycle of a blog post. So there's a draft section, a scheduled section, published, there's trash, and there's categories. Okay, so let's start with just creating a post. We're going to create a draft post. Now, we'll select drafts, and then we'll select create new post. You can also create new posts from that button. So now it's looking for a catchy title. That's interesting. It's looking for a catchy title. So what we'll do is we will create this title that says welcome. That shouldn't say welcome. That should say Women Who Mule, but we're going to put this catchy title here. So it's going to say Women Who Mule. Well, maybe we can do welcome to Women Who Mule. Start your blog from scratch. I hope this isn't going to be in. Okay. So sorry that this is in this is in a cursive font, but you can definitely change your font. But for now, we'll just go with the cursive font. So you'll have your title. You'll create a catchy title. For now, if you're just starting out, I would just create a title that you think is interesting. But as you start to get more viewers, you definitely want to create a title that you can catch when you're searching. So then you're going to create your body. Your body is going to be very similar to how you would do like a body in an email. So I'm going to copy. So from here, you can see that, can everybody see this text besides the cursive script? Yeah? Okay. Alex, do you know why I just decided to go cursive on me?
I think because it shows elegant.
Okay. So maybe I should, yeah, but I would think it wouldn't have done that. But anyway. Okay, so don't worry about what this says, but I just copied the content from the preview, the last week's workshop. So the preview of the workshops to come. So from here, if you want to go to that site, you can see what this text is saying. So, but basically it's just saying that we're going to have 3 workshops to teach you how to create your own blog from scratch. And then this is the list of the workshops. Okay. So from here, you have different things where you can create your titles. You can create your paragraphs. You can create different items. So we'll say here, let's create a title. So let's say introduction. From introduction, we want to say we can choose our headings. So typically you want to make sure that you choose a heading just so you can separate your thoughts and your readers can, look through and it can say, okay, so it's kind of organized. So we'll choose heading number 2, which will be an introduction. And then we'll call this part here details. So we'll choose details. Maybe we can choose, I'm just going to go, different headers. So from here, this is interesting. So that's not in. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Well, anyway, you can also put links to your Wix. You could put links. And so how you would do that is you would select where you want and you can put a link here. You have options where, well, the links already popped up because I copied and pasted them, but you have options where you can link to a section or you can link to a web address. So let me show you how to link to a section. So let's do this. Wix is, let's make a section. What is Wix, right? And then we can say Wix is a web platform tool. Okay, so I'm going to set another header here. Let's call this 3. Actually, let's call this 4. Let's call this one 3. Okay, so now let's say we want to hook, instead of hooking to this external site, we select our text and we want to hook to a section. We can say section, and then we can choose where in the section we want to hook our site. So we hook to what is Wix, right? So now what's really cool about this is, I'll go ahead and save. We should have a preview. What's really cool about this is you can preview your sections and of your content. So let's see.
I think you can't preview because you haven't published the
I
website.
haven't published my blog yet. Okay, let me publish my blog and let's preview. Okay, so we want to, hold on, we want to save. We want to make sure this is saved, and then we want to go back. All right. So let's go ahead and go to our dashboard. We're going to go to edit our site, and we're going to publish our site.
I think you already had a window open.
Okay, thank you. Publish our site. Okay, so the name of our site is going to be Women Who Mule. Okay, so again, you can change your domain if you get your own. You can connect to your custom domain, or you can purchase a custom domain, and then you can change your domain. If not, I believe how it works is it's going to be your username.wixsite.com and then / whatever your site's name. So publish and continue. Are we waiting to publish? So once you publish it, your site is publicly accessible. So I'm going to share a link. Okay, so we'll select view site and I'll share the link here. Again, it's not ready yet, but This just shows how you can publish it really quickly. Okay, so here's our site. Here's our Women Who Mule site. Very quickly, we're up and we have a professional looking site. Oh man, I'm getting a whole bunch of notifications. So there's one thing I like to say is that you get one thing with Wix, you also have an opportunity to manage your site from a web application. And I don't know if you can hear this noise, but I have a web application called Wix Owner. And so I can see right now, I can see every new visitor. For instance, I can see someone from Indian Trail, North Carolina. So that's the way that you can manage your site. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm going to close out of some things. Let's close out of this. Yeah, leave. Okay, now back to our dashboard. Now, normally when you log in, this is the first thing that you're going to see. It's going to default. But if you have two sites, you can always go to, from your dashboard, go to all sites. I don't have two sites, so I'm pretty sure this is what Alex would see because she has two. But yeah, so I'm clicking on things. Sorry, guys. So we're going to start back from our blog. And we're going to click on the blog section. We're in drafts. Now we have our post here. Let's see, now that we've published our blog, let's see if we can preview it now, which the preview is here. So you can see we can preview it. Now we don't want to have this script because it's hard to read, but we can now preview it. We can make steps and we can make changes. So from here, I'll show you, you have things that you can do. You can publish, you can schedule, and you can save as draft. So publish is going to be that button. If you click on the drop down, you have two options. So let's say you decide that you really want to blog and you really want to be consistent and you want to queue up a bunch of posts. You can then schedule your posts. So what we'll do is we'll pick a time and we'll schedule our post. So for me, this is an Eastern time. At 2 o'clock, we will post this blog. So hopefully I get I get this blog done and everything looks good. So that's how you schedule. It has to be 30 minutes. Okay, so 2:30. If you guys check back at 2:30 Eastern time, then this should be published. All right, so we have that scheduled. So once you schedule, it will turn up in your scheduled section. Now, you can also create a blog post from the scheduled section, or you can create it from draft. Okay, so now let's click on edit again. I want to show you some really powerful features that help with SEO and different things. So over here, well, the first thing I want to show you is, let's show you the add feature. So when you want to add something to your, if you want to add something to your blog post, you can add media, you can add elements, you can add different things. So let's add a picture. So from pictures, you have the option to add from to upload a picture. So I'll upload something from my computer. We're going to upload this picture here. So you have the option to upload pictures. So this picture was a picture that I got from last week's Meetup. And so you can see here, you can add pictures. Let's say you want that perfect cover blog post, you can also add covers. So let's go into settings. So from settings, you can add an image, right? So this image would be like this, right? So you can add your cover image. And I really like this, but what makes Wix really powerful is that if you don't want to add this image, you can choose from a bunch of stock images. So just to show you this, I clicked on this update button here. So if you navigate to the display cover image and click on update, you then get this pop-up panel where you can either go back and upload media like we did before, or you can get previous site files, you can look at boards, but you can also do a media from Wix. So Wix has their own stock photos. So we can say women engineers. Let's see. Okay, and you can choose from them. If you like any of these, you can use it. You can also use Shutterstock. I've used this in the past, but Shutterstock, usually their images are about $2.99 per image. And you do get an invoice, and that's all integrated through Wix if you set up Wix with your credit card information. So, and then my favorite one is Unsplash. Unsplash is a site where photographers go and they share their photos, and you can download them, and you can make modifications, but they're basically free stock photos. So we have actually a person, his name is Usil. He's a MuleSoft ambassador, and he also is a photographer, and he has some stock photos that you could use as well. But I'm going to show you from, we're going to say women engineers, if they have that. We'll try to find a picture that, okay, we'll use this one. So, or let's use, yeah, we'll just use that one. Okay, so we like our picture, we select it, we add our picture, and now we have our published date is going to be in the 7th. We have our display picture, and then we have our author. If you have multiple authors, you can add new. We're going to add an author. The person's name is WWM for Women Who Mule. And the title is going to be, you can just say, I don't know, WWM admin. Okay, and as far as the picture, we're going to reuse this picture. This shows that this is the admin person, and we're going to upload. That is our author. Okay, I've never used the featured post section, but Alex, is the featured post for the front page of your website? How does that work?
It's only for when you're using the Wix Editor. If you're using Wix ADI, it's not doing anything.
Okay, all right, so it's not going to do anything. Okay, so now you can add descriptions. You can add related posts. So we're just going to say for the description, this description is going to be at the top of your post when you're describing. So in your front page, that's going to be the description that you describe. I believe if you don't put a description, then it's going to take the top of your page. So what we'll do is we'll just copy this description anyway, and it can be 140 characters, which I think this is over. It's definitely over 140. What'll happen is it'll truncate your characters. If you have related posts, you can add some related posts. So I'll add this. This is kind of funny that this is a related post when this is the post that we're making, but I'm going to add this one, how AI is changing personal data tracking. Okay. So what that will do is at the end of, let's see if it shows in the preview. Okay, I'm gonna select preview. So this is what our post is looking like. We have our Women Who Mule user, we have our title, we have the fancy script, and it's not showing under related post, but I believe it should show up under related post, but maybe not in this preview. Okay, so I'll close that tab. So we're making real progress here. And one more thing I want to show you. Okay, this is pretty cool. So there's an SEO section. From the SEO section, this is how you're going to get found by Google. So here you can preview what it's going to look like once your changes go live. So you can see here, if someone was to search for your post or some kind of, or maybe they're searching for your post, or maybe they're searching for some topic and your post comes up, you can see what it will look like. So welcome to Women Who Mule, start. So you don't see anything about your title. So now what you need to do is you need to go ahead and tell Google, don't take what's default on the page, but take these things. So we'll take off Women Who Mule. So this will be the title tag. So look, as I take that off, you can see we're showing our title tag is start your own blog from scratch. Now, based off of SEO or your keyword research, you may want to change certain things to catch your traffic. But let's just say we can say tech blog, or we can say mule blog. Let's say that. MuleSoft blog from scratch. But you kind of want all your text to show up. So what I've done is, if I want to say developer, sometimes I say dev, stuff like that. So you can see that if someone was searching for some content and your blog came up, the title would be Start Your Own Tech Blog from Scratch, which I think is a pretty good title. Not sure how it's going to work with the ranking. Next is your meta description. What do you want the searcher to see? That's like a preview. If they searched on Google, this is what they will see. So we're going to say Women Who Mule. Let's say join Women Who Mule as they teach how to start your own MuleSoft blog from scratch. So you get, I'm not sure how many characters you get off the top of my head, but yep. And then we want search engines to index this page. So we want them to remember this page. So we click that. Now this is social share. If people want to share your blog, this is what will come up. So for instance, this is what, if people wanted to tweet about it and share it, they would see this picture. This would be the tag, the description, which kind of mimics the SEO basics. And then you have some Twitter sections here. You can go with a large photo, a small photo, which is like this. And then you'll have your title, and then you'll have your description. Here's some advanced. I never really used the advanced, so I can't give you a description of that. Categories, you can set categories here, which will show up at the top of your toolbar. So I will say, I'll add this to workshop series. You can also tag. I find categories personally, I like those better than tags, but you can also start a tag. So you can say workshop. Okay, so now I really feel like I really like this post and I want to jump the gun. A lot of times I jump the gun from writing post. So I go ahead and I just publish now. So when you publish, two things, you can view your post. That's one. But when you publish, now you'll see your article is now published here, and you can see the category is workshop. So here you can see we made a category that showed up as workshop. We do need to fix our fix from elegant, but this is our blog post, right? So you can see we have our workshop. Our writer is WWM admin. We're welcoming people to our workshop. Here's a picture of Alex and Sabrina doing the kickoff, and there's our related post. There's a comment section, and you can subscribe. One thing that I did not say is that you should always do is you should use a call to action or a CTA. So if someone says a CTA, they are, I believe it's a marketing term, but you literally have to tell people what you want them to do. So, you know, you see this often in YouTube. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. That's a call to action. And when people tell me to subscribe, sometimes I subscribe. So we'll say, we'll make an edit to this post. We'll say, if you enjoyed, no, we won't even ask them they enjoyed. Please subscribe. We'll keep it simple. Also comment. Okay, so we made a change. Now it's very easy to just go ahead and publish our post. So again, we have our new change. Now, once you publish, which this is not a bad thing to do, is because you always want to improve your post. You want to iterate on it, maybe add a few keywords so Google will catch it. And you can see that this one doesn't show it, but you can see that our edit took. Usually it'll show that your edit, it'll show that it was edited. Now let's go back to our home page here. And you can see, this is our home, and you can see below our posts. So our latest post is here. You can see views. So now let's check. We have 2 more minutes just to check our site. Let's go back to the dashboard. We're going to go back to the dashboard. I should be able to start to see the traffic. Let's see if they pick up. Okay, so it hasn't picked up any traffic yet. But as you pick up traffic, you will see. Does anyone have any questions?
Just Shivani asked about the images, if you have to pay for images.
Right. Yes. But yep, Unsplash, you don't have to. And also the Wix stock images, you do not have to. So I can stop here, or I can show you my dashboard. It's really up to you guys on what you have to do.
I mean, it will be recorded. Maybe you can show us your dashboard if you want.
Okay. All right. My dashboard is not impressive, okay? But let me just show you. All right. So this is my dashboard. There's still some things that I'm working on. Okay, so here's my blog post. I can see the top 3 or the latest blog posts that I've been blogging about. I can see how many site sessions, post views, total sales. I'm not selling anything. Today I had one person. Yesterday I had 8 people, 8 site sessions, and I had 17 post views. Then I have some insights. Okay, so people spend more time on my blog page. That page is just, I have a page that has a list of my blogs. The interview prep is a risk because most people leave after they've seen the interview prep. And most of my traffic is coming from LinkedIn. Also here in this section, I have my active contacts. So these are people that subscribed. If I wanted to do an email campaign, I could do that. If I wanted to do Facebook ads by Wix, I could include a campaign. Let's say I have a premium section. I'm selling something. Maybe I'm selling clothes or training. I can set up invoices here. I can also track my task. Okay, so show you marketing. So now I really like the marketing part. I'm not sure if this is a pro thing, but they just added a marketing planner. It could be a paid thing. I'm not sure, but I can see again some more on my site. I can see total impressions. It went down 16%. Total clicks, some of the click-through rates. I don't think I have a Google My Business thing. Google My Business is basically you tell the location of your business, and Google will analyze searches so that people that are close to you can find your business. But I don't have a business, so I didn't use that. Social post is pretty cool. This might be a paid thing. So I started out using this. Let's say you want to advertise your site. You can create a post using these templates, and then you can put them on your site. Let's see, just more. There's the logo maker. You can make your business cards. And as far as analytics, here's my traffic. Again, my stuff is not as impressive as many, but if you're getting started, this is a good tool to start with. You can see my unique visitors. I have a lot of unique visitors, meaning these are people that's never been to my site, or what Wix thinks, who Wix thinks has never been to my site. And 74 people returned. Most people, they look at my mobile, and they look on mobile instead of desktop. Also, I believe with Wix Editor, you can add, you can create your site or refactor your site so that it works on mobile as well. And then you can see a little bit more where are people checking in from, right? Majority of my viewers are from India, then the United States, and then it goes down from there. So yeah, this is, this is the whole package. I think this is what makes Wix very powerful. And I believe that's the end of my workshop.
Awesome.
Yeah, I do have, there was some remaining slides here. Let me remember. Okay, I'll just do this. Can you see these slides? Okay. All right, so here's the upcoming. We have the Women Who Mule workshop number 2, Ghost. And then the WordPress the week after that. They're both going to be on Wednesday. And then we have something that seems very fun. I Am Remarkable workshop starting at the beginning of November. And what's next? If you like this workshop, please tweet about it. Use hashtag MuleSoft meetups as well as at MuleDev. Share your experiences on our LinkedIn page using at MuleSoft Developers, and join the Women Who Mule Worldwide Meetup group, as well as submit your feedback, and those are the ways you can do it. Okay, that's it. Thank you.